Rade Rade! Hey there, Bhakti Breakfast Clubbers. Welcome back. This is Guitar 120. I'm Daniel Tucker. And in this course, we're going to go over changing your guitar's strings. I'm going to walk through actually changing my guitar's strings and show you how you can do it yourself at home with just a couple tools. What I've got here is a little itty-bitty wire snip. So you can have, and there's a few different types of tools that do this job, but they're strong scissors for cutting little metal wires. And then I have a pair of pliers, which sometimes you don't even really need. I happen to need it to get the pegs out on my guitar, so some of you will need a pair of pliers. And I have a paper towel, which we'll get into why that's important later. And then I've got my box of strings. So that's really all you need. Why you would want to change strings. So there's two basic things that come up. One is that sometimes a string breaks, which doesn't happen all that often, but sometimes the G breaks because it has the highest tension to thickness ratio. So the G often is the one that snaps, or maybe the B or the D or one of the other strings snaps. If you're really rocking out Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare clang, then you need to change your strings. But more commonly than that, strings will just go dull after a while. So when you put on a fresh pack of strings, they have a little extra pizzazz to them. They have a little extra zing, extra brightness to the tone, fullness to the tone, something special. And over the first few weeks of playing, they sound really great. And then they mellow into a nice place. And depending on how much playing you're doing, it could be after a couple months you wear them out, or after a year. But at some point, they start to sound pretty lackluster and tired. And the guitar just isn't shining like it used to. And they sound a little dead, the sustain is less, stuff like that. And it happens over time, so it's one of these things where you might not realize that your guitar's strings have been dying over the last few months, but they have, and when you put on a fresh pack of strings, it's like, oh, I can fall in love with my guitar all over again, because it sounds so great with a fresh pack of strings on there. Also, I am using Elixir Strings, just because I liked this particular pack. I'm not promoting this company over any others. There's all sorts of great guitar string company makes out there, and this one has NanoWeb on it. Some of them have a coating, just a clear polymer coating, which makes that sound a little bit less pronounced. So you can slide more easily and without it sounding out loud as much, so I like that. And this is also a light set of strings. So there's light, there's medium, there's heavy. So a lighter set will have thinner gauge wires, thinner gauge strings. A heavier set will have heavier gauge strings. But no matter what thickness of strings you've bought, it's always the thinnest string is at the high E, and then gradually down to the thickest string at the low E. All right, so let's dive in, and in the next video, I will go ahead and change the strings and talk you through it.